street, tired of screeching, can't be beat. Now they humming in his chest, living life like there's no rest. Pedal down, he takes the lead, adrenaline's his only creed. Crowd is wild, the lights are bright, BustaWrench gonna own the night. Racing hard and fearless grin, BustaWrench, he's here to win. Thunder roaring through the turns, feel the heat and watch it burn. Does his fine engines roar, pushing harder, one more. How he's calling, here we go, no slowing down, we're in the flow. Rivals try but can't compete, Busta's got that need for speed. Every corner, every bend, he's the legend with no end. She's here to win. Thunder roaring through the turns, feel the heat and watch it burn. Just the fine engines roar, pushing harder, one more. How he's calling, here we go, no slowing down, we're in the flow. Rivals try but can't compete, feeling vocal. Every corner, every bend, he's the legend with no end.
Radio check.
Well, racing hard and feel his grin, BustaWrench, he's here to win. Thunder roaring through the turns, feel the heat and watch it burn.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny right there. So the races change over to Miami, but the practices are still Monza. Well, looks like everything still works. That's good.
Hi.
Hello. How are you, Martin?
Radio check.
Gotcha, Jim.
Good and shattered.
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. All clear on pit exit.
Of course, as an Australian, that could mean really tired. Or a little bit plastered. Old tires.
UK time 11:23 p.m.
Yep.
Ready for F1.
You watch Drive to Survive?
Yeah.
I think I've watched most of this season. But yeah, man, I was watching all the practices, the testing. Of course, that was when I was sick, so I had plenty of time not doing much, so I got to watch all the testing. I did enjoy it.
You quickest overall.
I need to go. I'm going to do my vids for my chun.
No worries. Enjoy. I need to do more of that myself. Thank you for stopping by. Always appreciate it. Feel free to drop a link to your channel. I don't know if it'll let it come through, but if it does, I'll allow it.
You feeling better?
Yeah, definitely feeling more upright today. Yeah, every time I thought I had it licked, something else had come up. I went out, took my mum out for lunch. Thought I'd make sure the rig's good to go and get everything back together. Hopefully do a normal stream tomorrow. Voice is still a bit shit. Ferrari's pretty good around here. Gotta stop driving it because the fixed was way too loose. I figured if I was gonna drive something I can sink my teeth into learning the Porsche, which I did. Still not as confident on the brakes as in the Ferrari or the Caddy, but see what those bloody Q80s do to our Strike Eagles? Well, at least we can still say that no, no eagles have been shot down by enemy.
Your quickest overall.
Get through there a bit faster. Grip's coming up. Now we should be able to get a 36. I don't know about 35. 36 is possible. Stop sliding the tires.
Fastest car of the track that lap.
That's a 35. That's surprising. Welcome back, Shane. You can still drive. Cool. Deep. And just that little bit of not trailing to the apex, and it's pushing a little. I think I'm over driving entry. Can't get on the gas too early.
That lap time was 1:36.8.
Have some front end back, please. Wow, that one click of sway bar made all the difference.
That was a 1:36.9.
Okay.
Alright, get in that groove now.
This was a pretty good lap. First one might have been a little close, but we got away with it. Same there. We have 1,217 miles, sorry, kilometers in this car. There's just minor mistakes after that, just pushing too hard instead of rolling the corners more. Trying to see if the practices have kicked over to Miami. Not
Hello.
yet. Hello. There's one. A lot of Porsches. Actually curious to see what my odometer reading is on the Acura. They added something in Race Lab so you can put up the mileage and set it for per race or per forever. I've got it set to forever, so it shows how many kilometers I've done in each car. It's at the bottom of the standings. With like 1,700 kilometers in the Ferrari. Acura was my first GTP. Curious what I did in it. How's your B license treating you? All good. $46. I don't think I'm gonna have a setup for this. Fixed it is.
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. Exits clear. Push.
484
Disengage limiter.
kilometers. There you go, more on the Ferrari. Been to Miami in a few weeks. Track temp is suitably toasty. Could get the tires up to temp pretty quick.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 43 Celsius.
At 5, get the fastest car on the racetrack. 46.028. up, one off course, one off course.
I normally straddle that curb. I don't think I want to do that in a GTP. Hey, Acker's still tail happy.
You're last. The track temp's increasing. It's now 46 Celsius.
Of course, this is also the fixed setup.
Sorry.
Jeepers.
We've got damage.
Yeah, we're not fast. Not at all. Just no grip. A lot of Porsches. Looks like the vets have made a good comeback since the last update. Look at that paint. Shiny. What is it? Oh dear. Oh, it's Craig.
Is this week gonna be a mistake for Safety?
I don't know. Which track? All of them? Miami, yeah, my safety took a pretty big hit here during Porsche Cup and during GT3. But if you're talking about Miami, yeah, it's a tough track. Zano for GT3s. That's actually a pretty good track. I don't think the population will be as high though. Porsche Cup is at Adelaide. That's usually not great for SR. So yeah, it could be a bad week for safety. What might be good, quick squiz. GTE at Suzuka could be good. Of course, GTE is getting the tire update, but that doesn't take place for another couple weeks. Well, next week. But the yeah, Laguna, but I don't like Laguna. That's just me though. That's a really good track, Donington Park. Snetterton at the 200 might actually be alright. I still don't know it properly, but it's got less corners. I like Motegi, but every time I've raced there, I've dramas. And I like Okayama, so I actually might run a couple of Okayama races this week. Okayama, if you get the GT3 hooked up, like I had Mustang or Aston hooked up there, oof, that is fun. I actually think the M2 around Nordschleife would be fun too. The Adelaide and the NXT should be interesting. Problem is, you got the first sector of Adelaide, it's all right angle 90-degree street corners. So you have to arc it wide to get decent speed through the corner, which invites people to stick their nose in. And so it's the first few laps is just going to be full of people dive bombing into the cone of destruction. And it's easy to get the track blocked, like Bathurst or Long Beach or any of the other street circuits. And because we don't die when we have accidents, a lot of people don't tend to abide by the yellow flags like they might. If they were going to get penalized or hurt. Alright, so they've changed over Sonoma. I guess traditionally Sonoma for IMSA Vintage would work. Actually, which version of the track? So it's the short. Alright. Yeah, cup long is what it's called. Alright, let's go have a look at this, because this is going to be nuts this week. I don't know if it's going to be fun. We don't have any people testing it yet. But Radical is at Monza Combined. I got really excited because I like Radical at Monza. Monza Combined's a different animal. The GTPs around Miami could be a bit of a nightmare. They don't typically like curbing. I think the Porsche is going to be king because it's got the best front end. Well, Acura used to, but it just has no grip right now. I think the
Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour.
Porsche is going to be the meta again. So much for BOP.
All clear. Push now. Cold tires all round.
Hey, can we get 300? Not even close, but the draft would help. The biggest problem with this layout is that you spend so long flat out that the brakes get cold. So you gotta allow for that. Haven't even hit 280 yet. But it'll be interesting to see how much faster we get in the draft. These things do draft particularly well. Can't do an AI test because the AI can't do this layout. Oh. $837K in this car. That's more than the Acura.
Your quickest overall.
Nope, that didn't work. No kidding.
Fastest car on the racetrack. Good job.
Guess I managed to pull back 4 or 5 tenths. Obviously not an optimum lap yet. Much better. Much better. Oof, lost half a second that time, gained half a second the previous time.
Good job. Fastest car on the track that lap. Your eyes open. Might be completing soon.
Your quickest overall.
Not hard when you're the only one with the time on the board. Just saying.
Slippy surface flag.
Starting up my track.
You've got half your fuel left.
Oof. look at the replay and I'm sure that'll look like nothing. Sure felt like it was going to put it in the fence.
Alright, fellas, here we come. About 10 away.
Definitely seems a slower gearbox. Like you just can't rattle down through the gears. They're coming out of a sky.
Left front, 95%. Left rear, 95.
It didn't look like much. Just the nose ran a bit wide, so I tracked it in a bit more, so that then the cut to the right, get cut back to the left was a little sharper. And the rear said, not feeling that. No way it went. He caught it, took the X. Problem with this track is, like, here's my best lap. You won't see much of it. You'll see a lot of trees. There's a lot of potential for things to go wrong here. Look at those trees. There we go. I lost some time through there. Lighting the front. Maybe we'll try camera 2. Oh, another tree cam. Okay, so far camera 1 is blocked, camera 2 is not. And vice versa. Nope, nope, all of them. Briefly. Yeah. I want to see how much mileage I have on all the cars. That's going to take a while.
Loving the chaos? Hit that follow button and never miss our wild adventures. More epic shenanigans await your return.
Oh yeah, and that subscribe button on YouTube would be awesome, thanks. We're trying to hit 500, but I gotta hit 200 before I can hit 500. Okay, yellow and black, black and yellow. Yeah, there's at least another second in there. Alright, what else we got? I'm looking forward to TCR update. Hopefully it's good fun. Definitely needed it, but the racing is generally good. Mazzano. How many kilometers we have on the Mustang? You gotta love it. First corner, last corner. Alright, these are all fixed, I forgot. Chevy, Acura, Ferrari at the front. We may not have any grip.
Pit lane speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
From the Mustang in a minute.
Its exit is clear. Don't cross the line. Slippy surface flags out.
Old tires.
Fan, fan.
1,087 kilometers. There's a wall there.
We've got damage.
We do. Mostly emotional.
It exits clear. Your tyres are cold. Watch out.
Yep. I was too quick to get on the gas. The truck temp is not bad, 20. Like the air temp's cool, truck temp's, well, it's better than 20. It's 29. Like 90 Fahrenheit.
Red yellow flag. There's debris on the track.
Not that I had any front end grip anyway. That's cold tires. Oh, and I got my brake bias wrong.
low one up here in front of you. That looks good, bro.
B12. Slippery surface flag, careful.
Good lap, bud.
B11.
Oh, hell, that was a good lap.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 27 Celsius. Red and yellow flag for debris.
That was kind of cool. The cloud came over and the track temp got cooler. As it should. Very cool. Nope. Push too hard.
Front left, 95%. Left rear, 96.
Well, looks like we got something we can play with this week. Might even put my shoes on tomorrow. Feels weird driving in socks. They are big, cushy, comfy socks. But still, driving in socks is kind of funky. Well, they're slippery on my pedal faces. But, you know, still comfy.
I definitely thought you were going the other direction. My fault.
Yep, no drifting in the Mustang.
Miami calling a name.
Dude, you were killing it. And I took the Acura into that session just to see what it was like, GTP, and no grip. Acura had no grip.
I was slow like a few tenths.
Yeah, you were leading. You were the top of the GT3s when I saw you. Wait, ooh, cool paint job. Oh, that's wrong. So tell me it's not going to be carnage at Miami this week, mate. Because, you know, it's been carnage every other time I've raced it. Looks like it's going to be a Porsche fest by the looks of the GTPs.
BRB.
That's pretty.
Back.
Welcome back. Yeah, I was doing this, sort of just cycling through the different cars, and went, ooh, that's a cool looking paint job. Let's look at that closer, and went, Diddy, oh dear. But the purple chrome's awesome. Then I saw your name and went, oh, hey, it's Sim Greg.
You're blinking like crazy, man.
Maybe in a GT3. I don't know. I gotta check out the Porsche. I was just in the fix setup for the Acura, but the Acura's been low grip for the last season or two. The Ferrari was too, but it seems to have come good based on last week. But the amount of front end you need at Miami,
Mustang nice.
yeah. The amount of front end you need around Miami to keep it tight through those sweepers. I don't think the Ferrari is going to be the GTP. That's why the Mustang's so good. Front engine rules for long sweepers. But yeah, I'll throw some more laps at it and see what we can come up with. I got my safety rating back up towards 4, but I've still got to get my I rating back up. I'm trying to be a little choosy with sports car races. I should have done more GTE when I was at Le Mans. But I'm excited GTE's getting tires next season. Actually, and TCR. That should be two cars that I'll get on better with. And IMSA Vintage. So that should be awesome. Okayama's great till the second lap, and every asshole's throwing gravel up on the track. Well, someone racked up. Oh, it's at 6.5k. Not bad considering this is a fixed series. But yeah, I should be around more, man. Had some sickness, but I think it's all gone for the most part. All gone for the most part? Yeah, that's right. So short stream today just to make sure everything's still working, and then I should be back for my normal stream tomorrow. Voice is still a bit trashed, but we'll work on that. I've been doing a lot of lurking. If you've looked at my numbers being up, that's why. I don't know what that... Oh, nice catch, man. What is that? Is it just a pattern swirly swirly? It's nice. Night wish. Okay. The amount of gravel out there. Everyone's throwing out the gravel. Yeah, I keep throwing the Acura out there in practice, trying to find a track where it clicks with the GT3 Acura. And I haven't quite found it there yet. But my latest toy, thanks to Race Labs, they don't sponsor me, but I'm happy for them to sponsor me if they wish. On the just under the bottom of the standings, they've added an odometer, and one of the settings for the odometer is all time. So I've got the all time kilometers per car. So I've done 1,108 kilometers in the Ford GT3. 0.2. What surprised me was the Ferrari GTP. I had nearly 2,000 K. I don't know which cars are going to have the most. That's kind of fun. Gives you something to look forward to every time you jump into a practice or something and throw extra cars in. Alright folks, I'm gonna raid somebody. Be back tomorrow at my normal time. Do some racing. We'll talk some crap. We'll have some fun. That's what we like to do. Best sounding GT3? Yeah, probably. It's between the Aston, the Mercedes, and the Ford for me. As best sounding GT3. The Porsche has grown on me since I drove it this season. You up, Greg? Alright, well there's only a couple here right now. Guess he raced to win. Alrighty, so we'll be back tomorrow, normal time. Everything seems to be working. I can still drive. All good things. Alright, take care of yourselves. We'll be back tomorrow.
Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to stay hydrated and take care of yourself.
Thanks, Sari. Appreciate it.
BustaWrench just raided with 2 viewers.
Holy smokes, BustaWrench, what's up, man? We're just qualifying for this 40-minute Le Mans race.
Nitrous is like a hooker. You want to hit it, but you know there will be consequences.
It's true.
That is a very true statement.
Yeah, Le Mans is good. I honestly can't get enough of it.
You don't offend anybody.
Oh, except for I'm about to... Don't wreck. I still have to actually put a time lap in here. Oh, make sure it all works, stream? Yeah.
First
get
time
that.
here? Smash that follow button to join
Thanks,
our
yeah, that was
wild
the coolest
adventures.
one.
Your support helps us grow and brings you
absolutely nothing worse
notifications when
here
we go live.
Then crashing on the dang outlet because you do not get enough time to make it back around. I had the last race I did here, there's a group of us. We're running like 6th, 7th, and 8th, I think. And we're all fuel saving, and I was not paying attention. Like right about here, I ran out of VE and ended up catching a 100-second stop and go penalty. Oh Jesus, I'm not gonna make a qualifying lap. Starting from the pits. Anyways, yeah, it's a 100-second stop and go, which sucks because I ended up like 18th after we're running. I was in 4th after the pit cycle. So, that's a bummer. Alright, let's see. Sure, we got some new tires on here. Yeah, I know. I feel like 100 seconds is crazy, but I mean, I don't know. I guess they have to police it somehow. It's just taking me a little bit to get used to the... I guess the difference. Does this thing not have a wing on it, like, by default? Because I noticed that last race, too. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't say his wings broke. Or is it, like, not loading properly? Oh, really? That's so crazy looking. I guess this is enough right here. That's pretty wild. What other views do we get? Oh, we could do this and look around. Yeah, I think it just doesn't seem like it would have enough downforce. Wasn't enough to beat Ferrari, yeah. These GTPs sound so good. Oh. This has been fun to watch. Yeah, that Acura sounds pretty awesome too. It's actually not one I'm racing in here. No, it doesn't look like it. Nope. That is kind of surprising. Alright, let me go grab a drink real quick for this race.